Okay, so we are ready to check out the Myconids, and they had like some kind of telepathic power that they spoke to us when we were nearing them. So there's probably no point in trying to hide, which means I'm just going to walk in there with an asterisk.
Time for discretion.
I must keep going.
I've short rested, right? I could bring... Yeah, I can bring Scratch back.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
And these three are wounded.
There is work to do.
Okay, I don't really expect a lot of trouble, but I feel a little bit better.
You are swallowed by a chorus of turbulent music. Through one creature sing many voices, the harmony of an entire collective.
Sovereign, she has come. She is here.
The choir fades. A single melody rises above the others, brassy and commanding.
I am sovereign.
You see a vision. Your lifeless body wrapped in fungal tendrils. The Sovereign is threatening you.
State your purpose.
Focus on the parasite and connect with the Sovereign. Tell the truth of the parasite. You only seek safe passage. Seek understanding. Focus on the Sovereign's song. My purpose is private. Let me pass and I will leave you on hand. These tricks of mine don't find me, I will kill you. I think insight is probably the way I should go here. And I should be able to guidance. Actually, I didn't really need the guidance because only a natural one would have
You
failed.
detect a distinct quiver in every note. These creatures have experienced recent tragedy.
I will go ahead and use the information that I've gotten. It doesn't have a deception tag, but
Fungal roots weave through your mind, seeking your true intent. Then the Sovereign drones a new melody, cautious but welcoming.
Descend to me. Let us speak in flesh.
The persistent music coaxes you forward. The Sovereign expects you. Fungus and mold glaze the grotesque creature's face and body. A voice drifts into your mind as you gaze upon the misshapen servant.
Leave this one. Come to me. We must speak.
I think we are not in immediate danger. So let's get Astarion back.
Onward in her name.
A dead Myconid, marked as owned, essentially, but there's a Speak with Dead available.
The corpse twitches in response to the spell and awaits your first question.
How did you die?
Like its living counterparts, the corpse speaks in your mind.
Burn. Great wars. Hurt. Hurt. Hurt.
These gray dwarves, what did they want here?
Gnome. Death. Gnome death.
Who were you?
A sprout.
What was your role in the circle?
To grow. To know. To be one with the circle.
I feel like asking where they keep their riches right in front of the other Myconids is probably not a good idea. What was life in the circle like?
Floating, knowing, seeing, hearing, all together, never apart.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
So from that we can glean that they are enemies of the dwarves that we just killed. That stuff is all owned. Let's not cause problems here, at least not just yet.
No harm in a little conversation.
Ah, a visitor. You're a welcome sight. But let us observe the customs of the locals.
The scholar's brow tenses. His voice spills into your skull, the spores connecting mind to mind.
Blurg, proud member of the Society of Brilliance, at your service. Or perhaps not. Your mind is far more complex than that of the fungi.
I've never heard of the Society of Brilliance.
Understandable. We are small in number and rarely stay in one place for long. My colleagues and I are working to improve conditions in the Underdark. This need not be such a dire, hostile place. It's curious to find a surface dweller here. What has brought you down so deep?
Let's go with deception. I don't think Shadowheart would be very quick to divulge the Mind Flayer thing to random people.
Then you've come to the right place. The hybridization among fungi in this circle is truly unique.
Research in the Underdark sounds like a dangerous prospect.
Yes, but it has abundant natural resources. Spores, water orbs, trillimac. I've studied them for years.
There is rare magic in the Underdark too. Fairsres. It radiates from the earth, warping, teleportation, and divination magic.
What have your studies uncovered?
This is not a wasteland. It is a glorious ecosystem. Every civilization here could thrive without conflict.
I've never seen a hobgoblin like you before.
The feeling is mutual, friend. I have only passing familiarity with the surface races. But I found that there is as much to learn from an individual as there is from a community. So it is with the Myconids. They live in harmonious unity, but each has a unique personality.
Do you have anything interesting to trade?
I do enjoy a good bargain, if anything in my private collection is to your liking.
So now we have a vendor down in the Underdark, and he doesn't seem to have a lot of stuff here right now. Looks like I am gonna do a little bit of trading. I will rejoin you.
Ah, the Mushroom Hunter. Have you made any new discoveries?
we can surreptitiously ask, do you know anything about Ceramorphosis?
A fascinating topic. May I ask the reason for your interest?
He seems harmless enough.
You were infected by an illicit tadpole? It's a miracle you're still intact. You must be worried sick, but have no fear. I have a friend who may be able to assist. Omeluum!
I hope this is important, Blurg. My Zerkwood samples need constant attention.
It is. This adventurer has an illicit tadpole inside her head, but she hasn't turned.
No Ceramorphosis? That's impossible, but intriguing. Are you looking to have it extracted?
An illithid is your friend? How is that possible?
I have broken free from the Elder Brain's yoke. I no longer serve the grand design. I ask that you refrain from violence, while I respect that your opinion of my kind may not change.
What is the grand design?
A collective quest to eliminate the Gith and enslave all other humanoids. If that settles matters for the time being, would you like a diagnosis? Open your mind to me. Let us see what lurks within.
Well, we let a hag do it. He seems fine and my friends are here. Let's see what happens.
As Omeluum's mind pierces yours, the tadpole pulses with power. It feels 10 times its size. Alive, awake, almost smug.
This is most unusual. The incubation period should be complete, as should your transformation. But the larva is infused with strange magic. It appears to be in some form of stasis.
What happens if that stasis goes away?
I can only theorize, but I suspect your transformation would be both agonizing and instantaneous.
I thought it was always agonizing, Omeluum.
Well, yes, but that wasn't my point.
Can you extract the tadpole? The hag wasn't able to, but this is a mind flayer.
No, it appears to be shielded from physical and magical influence. And even without the shield, the extraction would involve severe cranial trauma.
How severe? I have healing magic.
I intend no disrespect, but one can only heal so much of their own brain tissue. But not to worry. Should you transform, I will happily perform a new examination.
In for a penny, tell Omeluum about the strange mind flayer ship you were on.
A Nautiloid? Fascinating. I have never set foot on one myself. They were our warships during the greatest eras of the Illithid Empire. We ruled the entire astral plane from their decks. The design was lost when the Gith rebelled and ended our dominion.
So all that probing was useless in the end.
My apologies. I hope the experience was not too unpleasant. But I have an idea.
Oh, perhaps Perhaps I should start taking notes.
There may be a way to bypass that stasis. There are many alchemical substances that can influence the mind.
Isn't the stasis why the tadpole hasn't killed me yet?
I do not intend to shatter its protection. I need only bypass the interference that prevents me from communicating with the lava.
Bypass. What kind of alchemy are we talking about?
A tincture distilled from a collection of rare mushrooms. They have subtle psionic influence. I would require a fresh ton of madness and Timusk spores. But be warned, in their natural state, both of these mushrooms can be quite dangerous. Timusks cause confusion in those that approach them. The tongue is self-explanatory.
Yeah. I think I already have what you're looking for.
These are fine specimens. It will only take me a moment to brew them to proper potency.
Omeluum turns away to prepare the potion, lost in its own musings.
You must drink the entire draft. I can make no promises as to its taste.
What exactly is this going to do to me?
It will lower the psionic defenses around the lava. If I cannot remove it, I may still be able to tell you more about its origin.
Omeluum watches you with cautious intensity. It expects doubt. It expects fear.
What aren't you telling me? Is this experiment dangerous?
Only in that you may be a danger to yourself. What the potion may make you see or feel, I cannot determine. But unless you are already a step from death, it will not kill you.
Okay, drink the potion.
The potion is disgusting beyond description. The only mercy is that it goes down quickly.
Not a drop left. Very good. As the potion influences your mind, you may find yourself acting irrationally. Try and stay focused.
The world loses its edges, its finer boundaries. You are fluid, but trapped like a creature suspended in amber.
Certainly I'll go from... Oh, interesting. Certainly I'll go for wisdom over intelligence. Draw on your willpower and resist. Disadvantage situational. I think I will go ahead and have myself blessed for this. I'll drink an elixir of heroism.
Dark holes bite at the edges of your vision, but the void cannot draw you in. The tadpole spasms, seizes. It's fighting the potion even harder than you are. Fear pierces your mind like knives of ice. The parasite digs deeper, as if it needs to hollow out your skull.
So I could go for an intelligence saving throw again, wall off your mind. Drown out the tadpole by focusing on a tune. Or the cleric option with advantage. Call to your god for protection. And the advantage cancels out the disadvantage.
The cold blades lose their edge. You are stalwart, turning that tide of fear against itself. The parasite swells with power. More power than you have ever felt before. It surges and twists, lashing out against that which would dare to intrude. The parasite in your mind quiets, pleased with itself.
Omeluum, are you well?
That lava is like nothing I have ever observed before. Its power is unsettling.
I felt it grow inside me. There's more power than ever.
Such an outcome was not in my calculations. There is more to this being than mere stasis.
What's next? Cutting off my own head?
Such crude destruction may not waylay a lava like this. But there is another possibility. I possess a ring of mind shielding. It prevents elder brains from noticing my presence. It will not remove the lava, but it will limit its influence, both positive and negative. I would offer it as a gift, but in truth, the ring is priceless. Is there anything you could offer me in turn?
What if I tell you more about the Nautiloid? Every last detail.
A fascinating topic indeed. What can you tell me?
Performance? Disadvantage from heavily encumbered. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, give a dramatic retelling of your time on the Mind Flayer ship. Let's use an inspiration. Good enough.
What a brilliant experience. To feel one step closer to my ancestors is a fine gift indeed. Here, it is yours. May it serve you as well as it has served me.
A pretty thing. And at least it offers us some protection from the tadpole.
Of course, the lava remains. Be ever vigilant of its growth.
Oh. I'm heavily
I've never seen anything like it, Blurg. Is my species evolving?
Perhaps, but at such an accelerated rate.
It simply shouldn't be possible.
I'm heavily encumbered because I came here to trade, but I got into the conversation before I actually traded, so that's unfortunate luck, but I did manage to get through it with using a single, Meanwhile, that ring. Ring of Mind Shielding. Advantage on saving throws against Charmed. Is that all? Huh. Okay, well, I mean, I'm sure somebody can use it, right? Yeah, let's give the poison resistance back to Will. And let's give the Ring of Mind Shielding to Karlach. Because of all the people that are here, it would probably be the most devastating to us if Karlach were charmed. Okay, let's go back to trading like I was going to.
Welcome back. Have you made any new discoveries?
I'm getting this Melf's first staff for Will so he can have +1 to spell save DC and attack rolls. He's not going to put it on quite yet because he still wants to use the spell sparkler. He'll be able to put that on next level. And also for will be this Lifebringer, which is going to replace this Wapira's crown, which just isn't very on theme, but the Lifebringer will give him temporary hit points every time he runs out of lightning charges, so every time he gains lightning charges, so that'll be good. And then the Cyclic Spark, which will also be for Will, which will give him an extra dart whenever he casts Magic Missile. That's just really good.
I greet you, son child.
Let's see what he's got to trade. What is this Pearlescent Restoration? You can replenish expended spell slots of your choice up to 3rd level once per long rest. That's nuts. Oh, that's probably going to be the winning boots for Shadowheart. Okay, certainly I'm going to want those. Okay, so how did you survive? Don't you need brains?
In the beginning, I had an arrangement with a lich. Excellent company, despite what one would expect. I required brains, he required souls. A perfect symbiosis. But our ambitions eventually splintered. I wished to better the world, and he preferred its rot. So I left his company, and thus I now feed from those who act against the Society's goals.
Best way to deal with that sort of hunger, I suppose.
Perhaps the peoples of the Underdark will be less inclined to violence if they comprehend the cost, yes?
How did you escape your colony?
I was born with a propensity for arcane magic my people despise. It gave me the strength to resist the Elder Brain. Every waking hour I pushed back against its dire hold. My wizardry empowered me. The moment its control shattered, I fled. Before the colony discovered I had defected.
Okay then. And yes, so this, having those spells is pretty cool, but it's not going to compare with this Pearl of the Power amulet. So I could use this right now, right? And select 1st level spells. Oh, replenish a level 1 spell slot, a level 2 spell slot, or a level 3 spell slot. So I would want to go ahead and replenish the level 2 spell slot. I mean, it's simply more powerful than a level 1. And as soon as I get 3rd level spells, I can use it for that. Perfect. Okay, and then Boots of Stormy Clamor. The Boots of Striding, I like them. But Stormy Clamor, inflicting reverberation along with the radiance, that's just good. Yeah, it's just reverberation is just good to stack. So Does anybody else want the Boots of Striding? I don't think so, because it's medium armor and Karlach doesn't concentrate on spells, which is unfortunate. So that is going to go to camp. And the Spectator Eyes, does anybody want these in place of their other amulet? No, I don't think so. Actually, you know what? I used the Pearl of Power amulet. That is going to be... I can't do that again until long rest, right? Long rest. So, I may as well keep the Spectator Eyes on after that. Okay, that works.
Worry not, friend. You'll find the key soon enough.
I must keep going.
Haste spores? Huh. That's cool. Why can't I move?
The pride of the gate.
I'll take this way.
Spicy pork sausage, free for the taking.
Have you spoken with Skriss?
Do I have a speak with animals up? I don't think I do. Now I do. Let's talk to the
See
Rothe.
what I can learn.
Want Master back. He treats me good now. Doesn't kick me anymore.
Seems the shrooms are letting in more people every day. You see a fella on his own on your way in. Dwarf. Balin's his name.
I have deception. Haven't seen him. What are you doing down here? Yes, I've met him. Overkill.
Where? Ah, never mind. Idiot's probably wandered someplace else since. You see him again, tell him to get back here to me. He's overdue as it is.
Who is he to you?
My useless husband. Sent him for an errand. It's no surprise he's made a mess of it.
Need some help finding him?
Knock yourself out. But don't come begging for coin if you find him. You try to ransom him to me, you'll find yourself skint and stuck with a fat old lout.
Let's see what you've got. Now the Caustic Band. A straight up add 2 damage to acid. 2 acid damage to weapon attacks. That is something that we definitely want. But I'm low. Actually, I can't even afford it right now. I may have to come back for that. Pretty much the only thing I really want from this is that Caustic Band. I will have to get some more money and come back. In the meantime, some potions.
Keeping the old turnip.
Better fetch that.
Hook, Horror spore servant?
Seek me. Seek the Sovereign.
Okay, talking to any of these people. Talking to any of these people are... Oh, Sovereign. Sovereign Glut.
Fleshwalker. Tongue talker. Far you've come. Reach into memory. Tell me of home.
Think of the cloister, your sisters, the teachings, the pain.
It shivers in resonance with your remembered pain. It reveals its own home in reply. A humid cove filled with decaying Myconid corpses.
Dwergar destroyed my people. I am a sovereign with no circle. I do not belong here. I am not welcomed here.
I think this is not the Sovereign we were looking for. Up here. Sovereign Spa.
The Sovereign's thick fingers stroke the corpse at its feet. A droning melody greets you as the creature turns its gaze to you.
Flesh talker. I show you a memory. Watch and listen.
A violent vision grips you. Dwergar, dark dwarves chopping Myconid remains.
They broke our peace. They killed our young.
The Sovereign's song slows to the pace of a dirge. It is still in mourning.
We laid waste to many, but intruders remain. Lakewood.
The Sovereign's song halts as it measures your worth.
I sense your resolve. You will find Dwergar invaders near Lake's edge. Cleanse the rot. Destroy them.
Planting spores in a corpse. What magic is this?
We breathe life into our enemy's flesh. The dead make a fine host for my growing children.
These spores hold such power. How might I gain this knowledge?
You may not. The spores hear only the circle. They dance to no other harmony.
The Duergar attacked you in those visions. Why?
Deep purples swirl into familiar shapes. Gnomes in mining gear, chased by Dwergar.
The Dwergar seek a gnome. It is a guest.
The Duergar are slain. The rot has been purged.
The music shifts. Still melancholic, but now streaked with hope.
Do you hear? A new harmony. Serenity. I name you Peace Bringer.
Fragrant spores waft through the air. Your heart swells with bliss with your every breath.
Freely you have given to us. Freely you may take. The Guardian Gate is open. Go and claim your reward. But before this, I have another boon to ask of you. You have cut out the Dwergar blight, but not its source.
In your mind's eye, Spore shows you a drow, striding among Myconid dead.
Near. This one is called. He hunted us. Hunt him in turn. Bring me his head, and I will know my circle is safe.
You're racking up quite the body count.
I ask a boon, and will give one in return. The drow lurks in the ruins beyond the lake. Bring him death, and return.
So there's a dead Dwergar. And there's that gnome they're looking for.
Damn it all.
Peacebringer, be at home.
That's not who I tried to talk to.
Don't.
Her condition is familiar. Poison, derived from a wild weed common to the Underdark. She'll need an antidote soon, most likely held by the poisoner.
Give her the antidote. Yeah.
God. Whatever that is, I needed it.
Why are you helping me?
Actually, Shadowheart probably isn't sure. Does there have to be a reason?
Down here? Tends to be.
But I'm nearly good to get on my feet. I thank you for your help, but I gotta get moving. Oh.
Pain rushes through you from the wound on your hand. You glimpse yourself reaching to help a fellow initiate back on his feet, only to hear a female voice hiss your name in reprimand.
Girls, garters. Oh, I don't have time for this. My kin need me.
You're in no condition to help anyone.
Maybe not. But you are. I need you to rescue my kin. We can pay. We're Ironhand Clan, best artificers in Baldur's Gate. We were on an expedition down here when the Dwergar snatched us up. I got away, but not the others. The Greys have them digging out some old ruin across the lake.
What was this expedition your clan were on?
Just mining for materials. Nothing unusual. But our work pays well. Help my clan and we'll make it worth your while, I swear.
Ah, I failed an insight check. Alright, I'll free you people if I can.
Thank you. Only wish I could go with you. But here. I nabbed these boots from the Greys when I ran. I'll feel better knowing you're using them to kick some Dwergar ass. I'll mark where I made my escape, and wait here, I suppose. Not much choice, eh?
Boots of Speed. Click heals action. Bonus action. Movement speed doubles. Enemies have disadvantage and opportunity attacks. Good for pretty much anybody who has boots that they're not going to be using. Well, I have the reverberation boots. He's got the water sparklers. She's got the speedy light feet, which is not really suited to her. And he can use his bonus action to dash and get momentum, so he can get a lot of use out of it. I forgot he had those. So let's give those to Karlach. I think she'll enjoy those. And the speed of light for this not really good for anyone here because it's medium armor, so it would be really good for a storm cleric, I guess. But let's send it to camp. Alright. Well, let's check. I have lots of we cured Thurlia, who wants us to save her kin in the Ironhag from the Duergar. Derryth's husband Balin is out there somewhere. Nier needs to die. And the Guardian Gate. We should check out that Guardian Gate. Discover more history about Orpheus. There might be a hidden effect to this ring of mind shielding, I don't know. And the Mind Flayer's potion didn't help us, but it strengthened the parasite. Do we have an effect from that? Bliss Spores. Oh, that's nice. Attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws until next long rest. Rapport Spores. Okay. So now we have some incentive to make as much progress as we can before we long rest again. But let's check out over here? No. Over here. Yes.
Balin, where are you?
Nice little experience boost, and Flumph mating rituals.
The cover proudly announces this book to be Flumph Mating Rituals.
I have some checks I could make. Investigation or nature, both are at -1, but I do have the bliss spores. I value investigation over nature, I suppose. And I've got my own guidance. And I did need the guidance.
The scrutiny proves too much. The lurid text melts away before your eyes. An illusion. What remains are simple instructions written in a spare hand. The secret to forging adamantine.
The pages, apparently copied from a master tome, describe the construction and use of a grand forge in the Underdark. Among the Sharans dwelled the gnome Siluvyali, whose talents for wizardry were known from the Candlekeep to Sorcerer. Under his tutelage, the Sharans built the great forge, which could heat mithril to such vigor as to turn it to adamantine. With this astonishing metal, they could mold the finest blades and armor. Yet the jewel of Yali's eye was not the forge itself, but the protector he conjured from the magma to guard it. A construct said to be so mighty, no blade could fell it, and no spell could pierce it. Instructions are listed underneath. Ingredients: raw mithril ore and a proper mold. Place the ore and the mold into the respective chambers. Pull the lever to lower the hammer and prepare the ore for smelting. Open the valve to allow lava into the crucible and drop the hammer again to forge the product. So
The
this...
adamantine forge. Our statuesque friend Dor.
Oh, I did not mean to cut him off. What did he say? Dorn was keen to find it. Our statuesque friend. Ha! Because he was petrified. So yeah, I am going to keep that in my quest item pouch. Icy metal. Which is the second of 3 things that I'll want to put together. And the rest of this is just stuff. On top of which, looks like we can speak with them.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
What is this book I found next to you? I already know the answer to that. Who are you?
Xargrim, conjurer, seeker.
And how did you die?
Battle with rival. Summoned spectator.
What was your business down here?
Glory. We search for the adamantine forge.
We? Who were the others?
Finro, Dorn, each held knowledge none would share.
And what was your knowledge of the forge? Well, I think I already had it. So what is the adamantine forge? Let's ask that.
Lost workshop of Siluviali. Finest weapons in all creation.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Okay. So I'm just going to take the rest of the stuff that I can find here, and I'll meet back with you. Oh, sitting over here is the Shadow of Mazombaranzan. Light armor, shrouded in shadow, become invisible. For 2 turns, refreshes on a short rest. So, while I certainly could put that on Shadowheart, I like having the haste helm, but I think that is a good Astarian helmet. Still looks very cool, and now he can turn invisible twice a day. Very good in situations where it's otherwise difficult to hide, maybe due to lighting. Alright, the other stuff for the Myconid colony, even though he said you may freely take for us, I guess he just meant that cache area because the rest of this is still marked as owned. And I see no reason to mess with them at this time.
Off I go. What do we have here?
Well, that's off to somewhere. Oops. There's an area here. Let's go connect down and... Oh, there's something over there. Finding Balin. There's a little bit of area we haven't been to over here. I guess we'll naturally go by it later, so let's go ahead and continue in this direction, I suppose. Ah, another Susserbloom. I have an opportunity to correct...
Something's off.
Deep and fresh.
I can't say what.
Someone's marking their territory.
Another opportunity to correct a mistake I made earlier and try to keep a Susserbloom around. That is a Bibberbang. Mushroom enthusiast. Destroy each kind of hazardous mushroom in Underdark mushroom. Okay. A severed arm.
Mustn't let anyone see.
Something down there. Let's back off a bit in case it comes this way. Alright.
Fool, damn you.
Wait out the fumes. Okay, the fumes have passed by.
I see a way.
Let's send the Susserbloom to Astarion again, and this time let's try to avoid leaving the Underdark. So a hook horror. It's got blind sight without relying on, so invisibility won't matter to that. If the target is prone, you can multi-attack and dark vision, but no resistances or anything. And it looks like we should be able to sneak up on it as long as we remain outside of its cone. But there's something this way too. And I think we can all sneak by him. Okay. Shit. Scratch?
To tread softly.
Um,
Was it rummage?
I guess not much to do, but see what's in here.
I'll grab that.
If Scratch tried to come in here, I am willing to bet that what happened was yep. An acid vial, a silver goblet, an arrow of fire, and 30 gold pieces. That's what Balin's life was worth.
Onward.
Poor Scratch.
Quiet as a mouse.
I guess the Bibberbangs do come back, but not very quickly, or maybe not all of them come back. I suppose we may as well tell the lady what happened to her husband.
I'll see what I can learn. Well?
Balin died in a field of toxic mushrooms.
Dead. Worthless old fool. He had one bleeding job.
No love lost between the two of you, I gather.
Love? Never heard of it. Balin was a rotten old bastard. Treated me like an old shoe for 70 years before his mind started to go. Softened him up. Made him realize how much he needed me. Losing his mind was the only good he ever did by me.
Oh, what are you doing down here?
Collecting noble stock. Valuable mushroom. We've a shop in Boulder's Gate. The locals go mad for it. Not no more, though.
What makes this mushroom so valuable?
I've yet met an ailment it couldn't help. Baldness, blindness, poison, piles, and best of all, it cures my dangerously underweight purse.
Well, I suppose I may as well give her some of the trash I found.
I'll find my way out. No point hanging around this den of misery.
Oh, is she leaving? Alright, back to it, I suppose. So there's a hook whore up here somewhere. Oh, he's coming. He's going. And there's another one. So,
Ready.
let us 91% with advantage. So let's just have the others move back a bit so they don't get seen.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Something smells
Alright. Let's do the thing. Oh, yeah, he's got the poison on that. 1d6. So let's use not the simple toxin, but the basic poison. Does it overwrite? It overwrites. Interesting. Okay. Okay. A miss.
What am I to do?
Unseen. Perfect. Better tread carefully.
Now let's see. With your dexterity down a little bit, 70% chance for a Sacred Flame, and that, if it hits, you get the reverberation and the radiating orb. So both things happen.
On the prowl.
I guess I don't want to get too close to Astarion there. Maybe I can have Astarion move back a bit. Actually, I can have Astarion move, which means I can have Will move up as far as he wants to, and then Astarion can move back until Will can cast. So, right.
Time to kill.
Okay. And I do have Magic Missile, and I get an extra missile for that if I want to use a spell. Sure. Let's build up some lightning charges. And yeah, that's 7 lightning charges already. Okay, and who else? Karlak.
I could go for a good meal. Turn down the fire.
I probably should have thrown some water first. But maybe I don't even need to. Maybe I can just throw that. Okay. And just keep throwing. Alright, everybody, let's back up.
Time for a little pilfering.
Because there's another one up there. How do we get... We could get the drop on him, right? I need to stay out of the sight line entirely.
Can't afford to stay idle.
I'm just waiting.
Did I miss? I missed. I will go ahead and hide
They will know a bit.
and try again. Okay.
Eyes open, mouth shut.
Can I reach? Yes.
For the charmer. idea, Caustic. This'll help.
Four hit points left.
I'm ready.
Can I just outside normal range?
On my way. Unnoticed. Good.
Low ground. Still 85% chance. But a miss.
Onward.
Let's have some courage.
Let's not have him be the front line.
Ready for another round?
You have a bonus action left. Let's have you go right up there.
Jimmy on the go.
This is my time.
I don't feel the need to hex. I'll just come over
No
here.
time to waste.
What's this? A hook horror? A fresh hook horror. Somewhere. Over there. Okay.
Shut that oversized chicken up.
What's the plan?
I think I should be able to finish him off from here. Yes. And there's another hook horror over there? Yes. But I can't fire on him from there, so...
Shall we dance?
Are you hiding? No. So that'll give you momentum, so you can go pretty much wherever you want to now.
A better position.
Another hook horror. And this dude over here. Not enough resources. Because I used that dash.
Into the shadows.
So let's get...
On my way.
I used the wrong dash. That's unfortunate. But you
Tactical.
now have a height advantage. So let's have you throw a water barrel.
Got it.
Nice, nice.
Victor's path.
And let's see. Can you get close enough? Your jump is 5 meters at the cost of 3 meters, so yeah, you'll jump a little bit further.
No time to waste.
$18 meters or 18 meters outside of range. So I think he will hide. Succeeded on a save. Good, good, good. Spotted. Okay. So first off, let's see if I can take advantage of the... plenty of extra damage. Let's have Karlach finish him off. If I can. Let's have Astarion finish him off. Good enough, good enough. Let's have Karlach throw something over here. Let's start just by throwing up water.
Handy.
Get him wet, yep. Then let's throw an actual weapon. Yep. Karlach. Let's have Karlach grab a Susur Shroom.
What's this?
And then stand right next to this mage. How's that? Actually, let's maybe even push him off. I have another. Ooh, let's use ice. Let's use an ice arrow since he's wet. And jump up here. Yeah, let's get up here.
What should I do?
You can do whatever you want, I guess. Let's work on
On the move.
84%. I like the odds. Did save. Offhand attack.
Battle favors the fearless.
Not really anything he feels the need to do at the moment. Maybe get over here a little bit. Did he just fall over again and lose his entire action? Okay. Let's have Will.
On the victor's path.
He's still wet, and I've got lightning charges. Path is interrupted.
2 steps at a time.
Yes. Oh. Okay, fine. Karlach.
What's this?
Finish him off.
That's it.
Path is interrupted for throwing.
Moving.
There we go.
Need to act fast.
Try this again. Yep. Hahaha. Am I doing on experience? Slower progress than I'd have liked. Okay.
Now what might you be hiding?
Someone there?
Another Sister Bloom.
Souvenir.
My faith will guide me.
And Susur Tree Bark.
got the plans and the Susabark. Now I need somewhere to craft it all. The forge at the blacksmith's house should do. Just check for anything useful.
Okay, so this guy has scribbled notes. Protector, Guardian of the Adamantine Forge, from Magma Rose, only in Magma destroyed, hot hammer, where? A small map is drawn underneath, marked by numerous X's. The following words are scratched beneath it. Dorn knows. Dorn knows where. The other one had the instructions for operating the manual, and he's the one who knows how to defeat the Guardian. That's why they were supposed to work.
Guarded by something vulnerable to a hot hammer. Might be useful. Or gibberish.
So, once again, that's going to go directly into my quest item pouch. And then I have this ice crystal. And now that I have that, I can combine the 3 items, Icy Helve, Ice Crystal, and Icy Metal into this Morning Frost. When dealing cold damage, the wielder deals an additional 1 cold damage. Dealing cold damage with a spell possibly inflicts chilled upon the target, and it gives you the Ray of Frost cantrip. So I'm going to give that to Will. And then I'm going to have decisions about what staff I want him to use. But for now, let's just take stuff. Unfortunately, he's been radianted to death, so if I would have been able to speak with this corpse, I no longer can. And here's another path to get to this area. I wonder if this would have made a decent ambush point for those creatures. Huh. I may have to try that on another playthrough sometime.
Might as well take a look. That's curious.
The rock under your feet juts upwards, forming a perfectly engraved tombstone with a small epitaph. In memory of Myrna, a shining light in this dark world, may you forever gaze upon the lake you loved to play in. You realize it was made with stone shape, a powerful spell to waste on a grave.
I'll dig up the grave.
As you dig, you slowly expose the skeletal remains of a large dog wearing a chunky leather collar.
A collar? What are these runes along it? final resting place of Lenore's pet, I'll wager.
Now this does have an interesting effect. I went to the Arcane Tower before I came here, but if you are wearing that collar when you push that supposedly useless button, something funny happens. Try it yourself if you haven't. There's a tattered scroll here in this guy's camp with magma on it. I guess that could be a clue if you don't manage to kill him and get his journal.
I'd better do the talking.
What? Now Balin's dead. I've got to get myself moving. You come across a noble stock mushroom about, you give it here. Gods know I've earned it.
Why is a mushroom so important to you?
We've a shop in Baldur's Gate. The locals go mad for it.
Unfortunately for her and for me, Scratch has ensured that we won't get that noble stock. Alright, what do we got? We still don't have nearly enough for that caustic band, but I do really want it. So, I may actually find myself selling some things that I normally wouldn't. Yep. Okay, so some consumables and some magic items that I think I'll just never will use all get me enough to have that caustic band. And I do want it. And that will go straight to Astarion. Smuggler's Ring, Ring of Color Spray, certainly going to outclass the Ring of Color Spray.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
Alright. So, I'm about to go back to the Blighted Village and get my Masterwork weapon from the Susser Tree Bark, but I don't want to lose my Susser Blooms in the process. So what I've decided to do, I'm going to drop this crate on the ground, and I'm going to, everybody who has a Susser Bloom, that's Karlach, right? And Astarion. Alright, Astarion has them.
Watch your back.
And Astarion will put them in this wooden crate in the Myconid colony.
Go.
So there's just this crate with an anti-magic field around it, right? But I do want to run an experiment. I have... Ultimately, we only need to carry to have one Susser Bloom. So I have two opportunities essentially to see if it's possible to carry the Susser Bloom outside of the Underdark. So I will put one. Well, pouch isn't really gonna do it. I will put one in the pouch and see if it survives the trip to the surface. So we'll check in our pouch. And yep, it's just a pedal now. So putting it in a pouch is not sufficient to save it from the upside world.
Let's march. Oh yeah.
I wonder what the next move is.
Alright, so melting furnace. We turn on the blacksmith bellows, then the melting furnace. We have the melting furnace, the Susabark in. Oops. Combine. So now we have the melting furnace, and now we can put the dagger in, and we get the Susur dagger.
Furnace awaits an offering. A candy sweet scent wafts forth. The Susabark infuses the weapon from within the flames. The flames sputter away. The dagger is yours for the taking.
Oop.
No time to dally. I'll need a flame
Oh.
hot enough for 4.
I have it. So this Susur dagger is actually one of my favorite weapons in the game. Or at least it was in my first run, because I had it on my rogue and I would use it to sneak up on casters and silence them with it. I think it is a very good weapon for Shadowheart right now. Yeah, I think it works out for her. Let us go back to the Myconid colony.
Don't touch me.
Have Astarion retrieve one of our remaining Sussurbloom from the crate.
What's next, I wonder?
That way, if I have an accident again, I still have one I can come back to.
There go.
Okay, and we are ready to take this Duergar boat over to their fortress, where we will fight agents of the Absolute. We will try to find an adamantine forge. We will try to find a route to Moonrise Towers. And, maybe we'll save some gnomes. See you next time.